Good afternoon and welcome to the MetWaves Christmas show. We have got a packed episode coming up for you today. Going to be hearing from Ben O'Connell, Director of Sport at Cardiff Met University, as well as hearing from stars of the uni's basketball, netball, football and athletics teams. I'm Will Shepherd and I'm joined today by Georgia, Ayanna and Shakar. How are we doing, team?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Christmas is just around the corner. What are our plans ahead?
I'm just going to be chilling at home because I'm always on the go. So, yeah, I'm just going to be chilling at home and eating as much as I can.
That's what Christmas is really about, eating as much as you can, I think. Shakar, what about you?
I'll be going to London to explore that city, especially during the Christmas time. So, yeah, it's going to be very, very fun for me.
Yeah, it's beautiful at Christmas. Lots going on. Ayanna, how about you?
I'm also going to London, going to check out the super trees and the bright lights. I love Christmas time.
And you not likely to bump into one another in London?
Most
Both of you
not.
going there
Mostly
for Christmas for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it sounds like we're all going to have a really good Christmas. Now, moving on to the first item of the show. Met's own Liam Mackay recently won BBC Wales's Unsung Hero of the Year award. Earlier on today, Ayanna caught up with Met's Director of Sport, Ben O'Connell, who works with Liam, to find out what the award means to Liam and the uni.
Yes, I mean, it's hugely important to the university, and I think we're all incredibly proud of the work that Liam does, not only for ourselves, but also supporting Ely and Kyra. Whilst the work that he does for us is across Cardiff, we're very much aware that the award recognises the work that he does largely outside of his role with us to support that community and some of the challenging circumstances that they find themselves in.
Yes, it's true. And not only is he developing sport, but he's actually developing their lives, their lifestyles. How important is it to have someone doing that in the community?
Genuinely, the work that Liam does every day is changing the lives of the people in that community.
You're saying his personality suits the role of youth justice sports coordinator?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of Liam's career and his experience has been working with underrepresented communities. It's an area of real passion for him. And I think that obviously spills over into his role with us. And I've been fortunate enough to get out and see some of the sessions that they've run across Cardiff, to see the impact that it's having on young people's lives, but also to witness firsthand the passion, the enthusiasm, the commitment that Liam has for these young people is truly inspirational.
I agree, because the fact that he can come in many different programs and provide the same service to various people is always a good thing. So what do you see the future being for Liam Mackay and all his good work that he's doing?
Well, I'm sure he will continue to inspire and be very much involved in that community work. We are very much looking forward to the continued partnership work that we have with the Police and Crime Commission, which supports a lot of the work that he does for us in the community. And I'm sure Liam would be the first to say that whilst he has been nominated for this award, it very much is a team effort. I know that he would want to share thanks for the many volunteers and people that he works with in the community, but also the team members in Cardiff Met Sport that all play a role in helping him to develop that programme.
Yes, very much so. So do you think that others should take up this sort of role or aim to provide the same services?
Yeah, I think it makes perfect sense for more universities to be involved in this way, certainly at a time when universities are looking at the value that they provide to the community. I think the work of Liam and the work of our wider Met in the Community team, again, is testament to the value that universities can play within society and within a country.
I can only say it's a good thing that he's doing, but I'm sure that those he have impacted can provide a better insight to how he's improved their lives or how they would encourage others to join, that sort of stuff.
I think the real success that we see in the programs that Liam runs for us is where he's brought people back from the local community, as an example, and bringing them back to then deliver sessions provides a real sense of inspiration to that local community to see what is possible and how sport can provide you with a number of opportunities.
Great to hear from Ben O'Connell there, Director of Sport at Cardiff Met, and great job, Ayanna, to get such a big name interview today. How lucky are we, though, as a university, to have someone like Liam Mackay here?
That is really good, because no matter the work that he's doing at the university, yes, it's good to have the connections between the university and the wider society, but he's also out there doing his thing with his programs that he has created. Even works with food banks to provide breakfast and stuff for those who are less fortunate and need it. Working with younger children and young adults is a key part in society that some people, they like to see the benefit of, but they don't actually want to put in the work. And he's out there putting in the work with his team. He's going with his people. He's creating programs around rugby, around boxing, around football. He's just doing it all.
Yeah, he's a real inspiration, isn't he? And if you haven't caught the short documentary made by Cardiff Met on him, then I definitely recommend that to watch over Christmas. Of course, that's BBC Wales Unsung Hero of the Year award. It's part of the wider BBC Sports Personality of the Year award. Just to run you back through the shortlist for that, we've got Jude Bellingham, the footballer, Keely Hodgkinson, the athlete, 800-metre Olympic champion, Luke Littler from darts, Joe Root from cricket, Dame Sarah Story from paracycling, and Alex Yee, the triathlete. Any thoughts on who might win that one if you were to put a Christmas bet on?
Ooh, probably Alex Yee.
Jude Bellingham for me.
I'm going to go Luke Littler.
Oh, we're split. Okay. Well, we can't wait to see who does win that one. Now, moving on to basketball. This morning, we spoke to American baller Kira Stewart to find out about her season so far.
We've had some ups and downs as far as not being where we want to be right now. As time is moving, we've had some injuries, so not having a full squad right now, but still continuing to play is kind of hard, but at the same time, we're still pushing through. We just have to keep on progressing and keep on going, staying the course the whole season, and with time, it will be better. Every team in this league is very tough. Everyone being locked in, everyone on the same page, playing with each other, that is one thing that has grown over the course of these last 5 games that we've played. We've gotten to know each other on a deeper level and gained like a connection, so I think that will help and translate onto the court. Well, we went on a trip to Scotland probably like 3 weeks ago. Wasn't the outcome that we wanted, but we did get to explore Edinburgh. So I think that was kind of cool outside of the weather. But yeah, it was really beautiful.
And good to hear from Kira there, who, of course, is enjoying her time over here in the UK. Playing basketball for Cardiff Met. It's great for us, I think, to have a course mate that's such a high-level athlete.
Yeah, it's always good to have high-level athletes in Cardiff Met today. And yeah, I think it's good inspiration for level athletes as well to help join Met as well.
Yeah, she's one of a number of international athletes that are over here. Why do you think Cardiff Met is so attractive to athletes from around the globe wanting to come here and play during their degree?
Yeah, well, we know Cardiff Met to be a sporting university. So to come all the way to Cardiff or to the UK and then decide, well, I may want to specialize, so I will go to Cardiff instead, then yeah, Cardiff Met is the choice for a lot of athletes.
Also, it gives a platform as well to the athletes to showcase their skills and talents, whatever they have. Some students are not privileged enough to showcase their skills and talent in their country, and that's where Cardiff Met University comes into play. They can come over here, they can play their sport, they can show their skills, and then obviously they can develop and probably go ahead and play more.
Yeah, I think it's part of the reason why Cardiff Met were kind of able to punch above our weight when you look at some of the unis that we're playing in Bucks in the different sports and the history that they have. And it certainly feels like we're kind of punching up a bit there, which is great. It's not been the best season so far for the basketball team. Kira did touch on that, but do we think they can turn things around in the new year?
Yeah, I think hopefully if they get this win then on the weekend, I think that'll then set them for next year, then hopefully get more wins.
Yeah, up to Newcastle just a few days before Christmas. That's a pretty fun night out, I think.
Oh, a big journey as well.
Yeah.
But hopefully they'll get away with a win then.
Well, from basketball, we move to football as we hear from Griff Morgan. He's someone who doesn't have to travel far to his games. He's just down the road. And we found out about his JD Cymru Premier and Bucks seasons so far.
Mood's good. Yeah, good win on the weekend. They were quite tough to break down. 2 late goals. Good. Mood's good in the camp. Yeah.
The commentary on Ryan Reynolds' goal was pretty spectacular. How did it look from the bench?
I was right behind it. I had a good view of it. Great strike. He's done that a lot of times this year. He's been really good in the opposition box.
And then next match in the Prem is against Britain Ferry on Boxing Day. They're one place off the bottom of the table, so on form should win that one. An opportunity to give the fans a nice Christmas present.
Yeah, on form. Maybe we should. They beat TNS recently though, so can't take anything for granted. I think it might be a bit of a false position from where they are. They're a good side. But yeah, Mood in the camp going into it is confident.
More looking at the Buck side of things now.
Yeah.
How do you fit in with that, and how do you manage playing obviously for the team on the weekend and then changing it to Bucks in the week?
It's a bit of a difference. I'd say physicality probably the main factor. There's a lot of the Buck stars making the squads and even starting. You got like Vinny, Tom Vincent, Ryan Reynolds who dropped down to the Bucks to help out. I think there's a bit of a difference in standard, but nothing too major.
Are you driving home at the end of the game? What Christmas song would you be listening to?
My go-to is probably Driving Home for Christmas.
Great to hear from Griff, and we'll be finding out more about that Met for win for Met at the weekend in our sports bulletin coming up in just a few minutes. It's been an interesting month though for Griff. He was part of the Newtown match where we gave away quite a few yellow cards, and he ended up with a red, 2 yellows and a red, and then a 3-game suspension. So he's been in the referee's bad books a little bit recently, Shikar.
Yeah, he has been. The luck hasn't been on his favor, to be honest, from the last few matches, especially the kind of yellow card which he has received. But he always looks like a kind of a character which you need in the squad, right? Which he's like that kind of a person who gels up whole of the squad. And considering the fact that the team has been performing very, very well probably during this season. So hopefully they carry on this momentum after the holidays as well. Yeah.
And he mentioned there about their match coming up against Britain Ferry on Boxing Day. That's got to be tough. You can't really enjoy Christmas Day as much as you want to when you've got to play a high-level match the day after.
No, you can't. But I think loads of people would want to play on Boxing Day, though. Loads of people go and watch and everything. So for me personally, I'd love to play on Boxing Day, but I know other people would not so much, especially after Christmas Day.
And we heard about Griff's choice of Christmas song when driving home. More on that later, but now it is time for the latest sports news.
Good afternoon. This is your Cardiff Met Sports Bulletin. First to football, where Cardiff Met FC secured a crucial 2-0 victory over Flint Town. Ryan Reynolds scored a stunning goal while an own goal from Flint Town sealed the win. This result pushes Cardiff Met to third in the table, maintaining a narrow 1-point lead over fourth place as the season intensified. And here's a link to the commentary clip of Reynolds' goal.
Tablet here. Ar ôl sodliad gan Vincent Edwards. Nôl at Reynolds! Ac am gol! I ennill unrhyw gêm o bosib. A Ryan Reynolds o'r diwedd.
Well, even if you don't understand Welsh, you can still appreciate just how beautiful that strike was. Moving to athletics, Cardiff Met's fresher Peter Crunty Salako delivered an impressive performance in the high jump, clearing 2.06 meters to improve his personal best by 3 centimeters. Meanwhile, Stephanie Brooks delivered an outstanding performance in the 300 meters. She shared her thoughts on the race. Let's hear what she had to say.
I set my own personal best, the university's own club record, my own individual club record from the district, and a new meeting record overall, which puts me second on the all-ranking list, just behind Hannah Breyer. And it was quite an amazing opportunity because it was a nice one to open up with. It also shows what I can do, all the hard training I've been doing so far this year.
In rugby, the European Challenge Cup delivered a weekend of mixed fortunes for Welsh teams. Cardiff celebrated a commanding 26-10 win over the Cheetahs on Saturday, continuing their strong form. On Sunday, the Dragons overcame Newcastle 22-14, while the Scarlets impressed with a 36-18 victory against Black Lion. However, it was a tough outing for the Ospreys, who suffered a crushing 59-16 defeat to Montpellier. And finally, in international football, Wales' preparations for the upcoming Euros are in full swing, taking place at 5 p.m. GMT this evening in Lausanne, Switzerland. Fans across the nation will be eager to see who Wales will face in their quest for the European glory. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more updates and keep supporting Cardiff Met's incredible athletes. This is Shikhar Mehrotra signing off.
Yeah, huge evening ahead for Wales and for the fans of the national team. Of course, this Euros coming up in July is the first time that Wales have qualified for a major women's tournament. They're in pot 4 of the draw, which is based on the rankings going into it. So alongside Finland, Poland and Portugal. That means they won't play any of those 3 teams, but they will have to play one of the teams in pot 1. So that includes Spain, the world champions, Germany, who've won 8 of the 13 Euros that have been played, France, who got to the quarters of the World Cup last year, and then host Switzerland. So they will be playing some big teams, but Rhian Wilkinson, the head coach, has said that she does want her side to play the best of the best. There's another 120,000 tickets that are going to be made available on top of the 250,000 that have already gone out for fans of the teams that have qualified for the tournament, which will be taking place across 8 host cities, most of which are in reach of France, Germany, Austria and Italy, if you don't want to have to stay in Switzerland. And I can tell you that public transport will be free on match days if you have a ticket. So hopefully we'll see lots of you in Switzerland for the Euros. Now, Georgia, we're joined by a very special netball guest.
Yes, today we are joined with Cardiff Met Next Gen Cardiff Dragons player Laurie Stevens. How are you, Lo?
Hello, good, thanks.
So what are you most looking forward to with the new season, with the new Next Gen League, and how do you think the league's going to play out?
I think the new league will be really interesting. Obviously, the layout is completely different this season. So I think it'll be quite exciting. It'll be exciting to see like the strengths in the different teams, and obviously having those 4 over 23 players. I think that would be really interesting, seeing what they can bring into the teams too.
So how have you found training so far? What's it been like? Have you enjoyed being with the girls and everything?
Yeah, it's all been really fun. As well as the fun, it's obviously been really competitive. It's a good environment to be able to push each other, so that's been really enjoyable.
Yeah. And do you feel that Cardiff Met has helped you prepare for the next season with Dragons?
Yeah, I'd say Met has definitely helped prepare us. Obviously, there's like a handful of us who are playing in Dragons from Cardiff Met, so I think that's good to be able to bring that into the Cardiff Met environment.
Yeah, I think it's really good that lots of Met girls have been involved with this system. You've been involved with the Dragon system for a while now as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so I've been with Dragons probably since under 19, so that's been quite exciting.
Yeah, so you've also been in other franchises as well, and how upsetting was it when Stars got closed down as well?
Yeah, I think that was quite a shock. I'd been at Stars under 17s, and it was obviously a really strong pathway, so it was a bit of a shock that actually had to go.
Yeah, I find it was a bit upsetting about the 7 Stars being shut down, but obviously it's good for another franchise in Wales to be involved in the NPL, and I think it'll be good for this season for Dragons to be involved in the NPL.
Yeah, definitely. Dragons haven't been involved in NPL before. We've only been able to go over to the Mavs tournament in Hertfordshire, but I think it would be a good competition for Dragons.
And you've also been in Wales this year as well. Do you want to talk a bit about that?
Yeah, Welsh has been really exciting. We've had 2 camps at the moment. Similar sort of environment. They've both been really competitive, but really exciting. So hopefully they tie in nicely together.
Thank you for joining us, Laurie. We've had basketball, we've had football, we've had netball. Now we're going to speak to Head of Athletics at Cardiff Met, Rhiannon Hawker. Rhi, welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
Great. So the Christmas Classic took place at Met yesterday. Just tell us a little bit more about the background of the event.
Oh, it's been going on for a very long time in various formats. So I think it started up in around 2006. It's one of the, I guess, premier open meetings in the UK. Obviously with the Christmas theme, because it's a couple of weeks before the big day as well. So we attract athletes from all across the UK and sometimes internationally as well, looking for high performance standards. And we're just really happy to be able to provide that level of competition to such a wide range of people, really.
And the 3,000 metres, that's one of the highlight events, isn't it? Part of the Welsh Athletics Championship?
Yes, so Welsh Athletics is the governing body. I actually used to work for them, so they're always looking at how they can kind of jazz up their championship events, so to speak. And by one way of doing that is that they will bolt onto certain events that take place throughout the year that are well attended to try and just bolster the event standard. The 3K so happens to come into our meeting. So it means that we get international performances at our domestic championships as well.
And we also saw a potential future Met star in the men's high jump.
Yeah, Peter. So he is a fresher with us this year. Came to us as what I would say a very raw talent. Won the English Schools National Championships in July this year. So that gives you an indication of where he could go with his performances. But he's been in our performance programme for a couple of months now. And to see him jump a personal best was really fantastic. And he's, I would say, already performing at a level where we could be expecting Bucks medals from him in the next few months. So that's super exciting.
And the Christmas theme ran through the whole day yesterday. Lots of the marshals were dressed up in costume. And I know one of the crowd's favourite aspects of the event was the Santa race that takes place at the end of the day. How did it go? Who was the winning Santa?
We actually didn't do the Santa race this year, I'm sorry. We just have so many high quality athletes coming to us looking for competition opportunities that we made a decision to give that to athletes rather than do the Santa Dash. I know it's a spectacle that people have always looked forward to. So if we can fit it into the timetable moving forward, then we definitely will. But at the minute, the event is at capacity with people looking for their season openers. So we need more hours in the day, really.
Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, you're talking about the future there. What is the next big event coming up for Cardiff Met Athletics?
So down tools for Christmas, thankfully, for a couple of weeks. We kick back off on the 12th of January with the first of our non-Thomas Grand Prix. So that one is partnered with the British Milers Club. So we'll be attracting a high level of endurance competition. And then 2 weeks later, on the 26th of January, we have a speed Grand Prix where hopefully we'll be attracting some of the best sprinters in the UK to try and lay down times before championships.
Nice. Now, yesterday, Ayana, Shakar and I, we were looking at the pole vault and we were thinking that actually looks like a lot of fun. Do you think if we start training now, we've got a chance of making it to LA 2028?
It's a possibility. I'll never say never. Athletics for everyone, right?
What are the skills that we would need to actually get ourselves up and over the bar?
So pole vault has a lot of gymnastic skills incorporated in it. So a lot of pole vaulters used to do gymnastics when they were young. So if you did that as a kid, then that will stand you in good stead.
Okay, well, that's good. I did do gymnastics in primary school, so so maybe I'll give it a go. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Rhiannon, and hopefully you got a well-earned break coming up now that the Christmas Classic is out of the way. Speaking of Christmas, of course, that is just round the corner. Have we managed to buy our Secret Santa presents? Georgia, I think you had producer Alex.
Yes, I've got him a tennis racket because we all know he does tennis. So I've got him a tennis racket, yeah.
Shakar, who did you have in Secret Santa and what have you got them?
I mean, for Alex, yeah, so I think he loves Australia as well. And in like Australia, cricket is a huge sport, so I would rather get him a bat if he can start playing cricket. Yeah.
Ayana?
Yeah, I got Jamie, but I'm thinking like a book of tattoos, like possible tattoos that he could probably get. So, but it's not official yet, so we'll see about that.
Okay, Rhiannon, I'm going to put you on the spot here. If you were to get one of us on the show today, a Secret Santa present with an athletics theme, what? Or it doesn't have to be an athletics theme. That's going to make it harder. I was hoping that would make it easier.
Quite niche.
What would you get us?
I'll be honest, my go-to for Secret Santa is always a Greg's gift card.
That's unbelievable.
You are welcome, everyone.
I love that. Yeah.
Never thought about that.
Producer Alex, did you hear that? If you could get us Greg's gift cards for Christmas, that would be great.
They do them in
£5
increments, just so you're aware.
£50 increments for the Greg's gift cards. I can't say that. Greg's gift cards. You'd think I had a sausage roll in my mouth the way I'm stumbling over that.
Festive bake.
Festive bake. There we go. Festive bake for a festive time of year. So we only touched on our Christmas plans earlier on. Ayana, it's going to be a very different Christmas for you this year. Normally in Barbados for it. How are you going to be bringing the Bajan to the UK for Christmas?
Okay, so I will be preparing some of my traditional dishes. So you will see I love Christmas ham, so that's definitely on the list. Sweet potato pie is on the list. Buljo, which is like a pickle, is on the list. I love great cake. I am not the best at making great cake, but if I could find a great cake recipe, it will definitely be done. So yeah, it's all about food for me for Christmas.
Yeah. And you'll be bringing lots of that in when we come back after Christmas?
I don't know if it will last that long.
Shakar, what about you? Are you a bit of a whiz at the stove? Are you going to be knocking anything up for Christmas?
Yeah, surely. I'll be baking a cake for myself, though I haven't baked a cake before, but I'll be making a cake for myself. I love donuts, so I'll be making some for that as well. Also, there will be a bit of cricket as well, which will be going on at that point of time because India will be playing against Australia, so I'll be watching the test match. And yeah, this is going to be my first time celebrating Christmas since I've left my country in the month of September. So it's going to be fun. Let's see, new experience. But yeah, let's see how everything goes out.
And Georgia, if there was one thing on a Christmas roast dinner that you were going to get rid of, that lots of people like, what is it? What are you binning off?
Probably broccoli.
Yeah.
I'm not like...
I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
No place in a roast.
No, I'll have it because it's on there, but I wouldn't say I'm in love with it. One thing that has to be on there, though, is pigs and blankets.
Yeah.
That's something that every time that I have Christmas dinner, I have to have on there. So what about you?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, what's your non-negotiable other than the turkey? But it'd be pigs and blankets for me. My mum used not to let us have them. She only likes bacon when it's crispy, and she said you can't get crispy bacon on a pigs and blanket. I said that's rubbish. I can do it. I said let me do it. You won't have to eat them if they're not good enough. And they were great, and so we've had them ever since. And yeah, I think it's the best, definitely the best bit of a Christmas dinner. But of course, if you're going to have that Christmas dinner, you're going to need to drive home. And so earlier on, we went round, met students and staff, and asked them, when they are heading home for Christmas, what is it that they are playing on full blast on the radio and singing along to? Merry Christmas.
Driving home for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
A gallon of rum.
Fairy Tale in New York.
Mariah Carey, all I want for Christmas.
Wham! Last Christmas.
Driving home for Christmas.
Salsa bachata. To some more South American style.
Christmas lights and Coldplay. It's got to be a bit of Fairy Tale in New York, surely.
Best one is Fairy Tale in New York. Christmas Eve, I always put a bet on a horse that's 18-1 as well.
Mariah Carey, all I want for Christmas is
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas songs.
I haven't got one. I only live half an hour away, so I don't need to.
I mean, no song lasts a half hour. What's going on?
I don't know. I haven't got one. I don't know. I don't listen to Christmas songs.
Ethan, if you're driving home for Christmas, what song would you have playing on the radio? Come on, you can't be that much of a Scrooge.
Yeah, I am. Driving home for Christmas. Christmas.